Hello and welcome to Unshakable with Human Design. I'm your host, Nicole Lano, and you and I are here, just the two of us today. And I don't know what I'm calling this episode at the time that I'm recording it. Sometimes the names don't come to me right away. But this was inspired by some people that I've been talking to. We are getting ready for the last Authority Accelerator Masterclass. And now I had started by saying that this was the last one of 2025, but I believe this will be the last one we ever do. Something new is coming through. Things are changing. A lot of things are changing in my world. So while I love the Authority Accelerator Masterclass and what we have been able to do with that, the amount of people that we've been able to touch, the impact that we've made through this 5-day free masterclass it's really incredible. And I'm so grateful for it. But this will be it. And I have been meeting with people because I do these connection calls before, because I do rewrite the masterclass before everyone. I do shift the messaging. I do talk to the people who are coming to the masterclass, and I offer these little connection calls to do with me leading up to the masterclass. So if you want to come to our final Authority Accelerator Masterclass, you can. If you want to grab one of those connection calls with me, if we have any left, you can do that too. And these are a chance for me to get to know you. And then what we do is I'm taking all of this information in from these people, and I'm saying, like, what needs to be said in this masterclass? What do they need to hear? What is it that's coming through right now? Because I could talk about the stuff all day, but who's sitting in the audience is what matters the most. What are they going to receive? What do they need to receive? Now, I'm also a manifesting generator, so that response that I get, the interaction is priceless to me. So I love that we get to do this, but we won't be doing it anymore. But if you want to come to our final one. All you have to do is DM me the word masterclass on Instagram. I am at Nicole Lano Official. And if you can just send me the word masterclass over there in the DMs, or you could go to nicolelano.com/masterclass and we will register you right there on the website. But in these calls that I do with people, I'm really just getting to know them. I'm really just getting to know what they're interested in, where they're at, what are they looking for, what do they hope to get out of the masterclass. And, we just finished up another little program that I ran, like this program I ran called Answering the Call, which was all about your incarnation cross and your purpose. But I didn't call it the incarnation cross. I called it Answering the Call because that is what's really coming through for me right now, is the need for everybody to answer the call. So many people are looking for answers with human design. And if you've listened to this show for a while, you've probably heard me say, if you're looking for answers in the chart, you might be disappointed, or you might find yourself frustrated, because that's not usually how answers like this come. They don't come through, oh, I know what that means, so therefore now I know the answer to what my purpose is, or what I'm supposed to be doing, what my job should be, what my message should be. But if you are looking for insight, you will be very, very happy. It will be a fruitful expedition that you go on through the journey through the human design chart, because it is a constant source of inspiration and insight into who you are. It's remarkable for that. What screws a lot of people up is that it's almost something that keeps you stuck, is the looking for answers. But in my conversations that I've been having with people, in prep for the masterclass and these connection calls I've done, and in answering the call, where the focus was about answering the call, not just what's your incarnation cross. It's, what are you here for? What is your mission? And what we find is that a lot of people can get stuck in, what is the mission? And a lot of times we don't know. We don't know exactly what it's going to be. We don't know the whole thing. You just have to start walking in the direction of it. And there was something that came to me where I was like, what I notice is that a lot of the people in my world that look to human design What they are looking for is the unmute button on themselves. They have something to say. They know that they are here on a big, big mission. They have a purpose, and it's big, which can be intimidating sometimes. It can be intimidating. I know mine is intimidating. And I think that that's part of the reason that I have to let go of some of the things that I'm letting go of, that I have to shift and change, because I can't step into my purpose more fully holding all of it. It's going to require me to be lighter. It's going to require me to go in some different directions. And I'm going to have to have the ability to do that. I have to have the time and the bandwidth to do it. I have to have the creativity to come up with these new things. I have to have the space to show up and be the voice that I need to be out there, right? And so what I see is a lot of people, they're looking for that unmute button. They're like, where's that button that I can hit? What's the gate? What is the, center, or what's the work, or what's the thing I have to do to unleash what I know is inside of me? There's something dormant, or there's something, and I don't mean to make it sound like everybody is sitting at square zero. Stuck is relative. Currently, I am stuck at the level that I am at because I have a goal and I have something that I want to achieve, and I want to be more aligned with my purpose, and I want to step my game up so that I am living in alignment with my potential and not with my limitations. So currently, I'm stuck at the level that I'm at because by definition, I'm not at the next one. So therefore, I am here. I don't look at it like I'm stuck. I don't look at it like that. I look at it like I'm evolving, and this is the level that I'm at currently. And I'm just, this is the space before the next space. But so a lot of people, when I say stuck, or when I say they're looking for that unmute button, some of it we're looking to turn the dial up. I'm looking to turn the dial up. I always am. I know that there are things that I could be saying right now. I know that there are ways that I could be showing up bigger. But they're sort of in a slightly different direction. I felt I have to untether myself from a lot of the things that I think have to happen, or that should happen, or that are safe. And I think that that's universal. This is something that I've noticed come up with a lot of people that I've been talking to through Answer the Call, through these calls that I'm doing as well before the masterclass, that, these people feel pulled, but they are scared. They can't bring themselves to shout from the rooftops what they believe or what they know they need to say. And what they often think is that, oh, well, I don't know what to say and I don't know how to say it. And there's some truth to that, but usually that is a much smaller piece than you're just not allowing yourself to say it. That's the problem. And that's the problem that needs to be solved. Because otherwise, that's how we end up with the graveyard of programs and strategies and things. Because okay, I just need to know how to edit a video. I just need a studio. I just need, it's like when we go out and buy all the gear. I'm gonna buy all the podcast gear, right? Who's done this? I have the microphone. I'm gonna go and research microphones and lighting equipment, and I'm gonna get all of these things together, and I'm gonna see what software I need, and I'm gonna find out about hiring an editor. But they've never hit record. And then they have this, they've researched all of that equipment, they've done all of that, but they don't actually put out the show. I see that a lot with people, busying themselves and worrying about things that don't really matter. That all that matters is doing the thing that's the hardest, is having the courage to step out and say, hey, I'm here, and this is what I have to say. And I know that the world is really noisy right now. And I know that it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to me. Doesn't feel good to a lot of people. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of sticky energy. There's a lot of denseness in what's happening. There's a lot of uncertainty, which is making everybody feel a bit anxious. But if anything, that means that your voice is needed more now than ever. The good voices, the light workers, the people who have something. I believe that we are shifting as a consciousness. I believe that we are being called to step up as people. And I believe that human design has a very unique role in all of this. And I think that is why so many people are looking to systems like this and shows like this one, and people like me who can help them unlock that piece of themselves that makes them feel free enough to say what they mean. And it's unfortunate because the other voices, we're hearing from all the ones that are not here for the highest good of everybody. They don't have a problem. And what I see is the truly good-hearted people, the good ones, the ones with integrity, the ones who want to see positive change, the ones who want to make a good life for their families and for other people's families, and to be a force for good in the world. They know this. They know that they are here for something big, and they know they're here for something good. They see the other people and they're like, oh, that icks me out. I don't want to be on social media. Ew. I don't want to be here. Ew. Because it's become so toxic. Well, if you let them take over, it will be. We need more of the positive. We need more of the people with integrity, with big hearts and souls on a mission. So a message comes from your mission in my world. And this is what human design can clue you into. This is the portal that you can step through, you can choose to step through. Because remember, like I said, I didn't call answering the call the Incarnation Cross program, because it wasn't about that. It was about exploring your purpose and then doing something with it, to the mission, to the action. You have a mission. It cannot be fulfilled without action. And that action, if you want to be a thought leader, if you want to step on a stage, if you want to have a podcast, if you want people to listen, you must speak. And it's funny because I talk to people who are very comfortable talking to me, who are very comfortable talking to the people that they are close to, that if you get them going, they will go. But you hand them a microphone and they go, wait, how should I do this? That's fear. That is not all the other things and labels that you put on it. That's just plain old fear. And it's not always conscious fear. In fact, most of the time it's not. It's not necessarily something that you can fix with. I was saying this in Business by Design this week. You know, our past fears and our past experiences can cause trauma. Hot stove moments that cause us to not take steps forward because we're afraid we'll get hurt again. Now, some people will say things like, there are witch wounds, there are past life experiences that we can carry into this life. Now, I don't have any evidence of that. I don't know anything about it. I don't have gifts that have clued me into any of it. So I am not saying that doesn't exist, and I'm not saying that it does. But I know a lot of people who believe this. And I have worked with people, energy healers and spiritual workers, who have helped me through their sessions where I have felt better. I don't know what happened in those, but where I have shifted and things have changed. So I believe that this stuff exists. However, I can't prove it. And I'm always very clear with these things. I don't mean to, I never want to make people feel misled. But these wounds that we have from past lives, if we do have them, the only cure, you can heal all you want, but the healing is so you take action. The healing is so you go and hit the unmute button. You have the unmute button. We think it's outside. It's not. It's the call's coming from inside the house, babe. It's in you. You have the ability to do this. It's a choice. And that's what I was saying to my clients. I was like, your old experiences are what tether you to the past. They're what keep you from moving forward. We can cut the tether, but you still have to make the choice to move forward, because you can still stand there feeling like you still have a rope tied to your back when in fact you don't. You cut it, and you know how to cut it again if by some chance it shows up again. You know what to do. You know how to do it. It's a choice. The choice that we make to move forward no matter what. The choice that we make that the future that we want is more important to us and more powerful than the past or the fears within us that are telling us that it isn't safe to go in that direction, or we're wondering what people will think of us, or we're wondering whether they will buy, or we're wondering whether we'll be canceled. Bravery is not cheap, but it does reward us. If sometimes it's with riches and with monetary gain and all the things, the trappings of this life that we look for. And sometimes it's just with knowing that I fulfilled my purpose. I'm living up to my potential. Personally, I like both. I like to feel like I can feed my family, like we live a better than comfortable life, that we can live freely, but then also that my soul feels free and that I'm doing what I'm meant to do here on earth because I feel like I'm living up to the potential that was granted to me, which has not come easily to me. Living up to my potential is a lifelong journey and struggle. But here I am. And human design actually can break down for you how you get there. That's what's so beautiful about it. Again, if you're looking for insights, you're looking for mechanics. So something like the way that I work myself through this, I know that I have to make shifts. Closing down the Authority Accelerator, that's a big thing for me. I've been doing this workshop for a while. It's very successful. It is something that I do love, but I know it needs to change. That came from an internal feeling like it needs to change, like it can't be this anymore. We have to shift things. And I don't know what it's going to look like exactly on the other side. I don't know. And that's very scary. But I'm a manifesting generator, and I know that change has to come. The one line in me is very afraid. The one line is like, don't rock the boat. We love a good solid foundation. But I do have time and I do have plans, and I trust myself. And that trust comes from a combination of human design and also just being somebody who has learned to take chances and realizing that I can handle anything. That I grow. If I walk in the direction of my purpose, I'll get there. I either get the lesson that I want, I either get the result that I want or the lesson that I need, always. That's a skill. That's a muscle I've built. And it's one you can build too. So when you're crafting a message from your mission, sometimes your mission grows and your message has to change. And we have to step up into that bigger. And sometimes we have, like I see people all the time come into Business by Design telling me that they want to grow a certain type of business. And then they start exploring themselves and they realize it's a different type of business that they want to build. And they want to change things and they want to shift things. Pivoting is scary, because we're saying this works and we're going to choose to do something else that might not work. So there's risk involved. But we have to trust ourselves to do that, because otherwise, this is where things get difficult. This is where you face resistance. You will face horrible headwinds if you're going against your purpose. Why? Because the universe will step in and start to change the course for you. You can choose to listen to the signs and the signals that you are getting when your intuition is telling you that something needs to shift, that something needs to change, or you can ignore it. And eventually those signs and signals will turn into things that you cannot ignore. So that's the only choice that you have. It's not if you answer it, it's when. How long will you wait? So this is what we are going to be talking about in the final Authority Accelerator Masterclass. We start on November 10th. If you would like to join us, please do. I would love to see you there. If you join very soon, you might be able to grab one of those connect calls with me. We send you a little email after you register, and you can book one of those calls. They're just quick little chats with me where we can talk about where you're at and what you're hoping to get from the masterclass, and I can try to deliver for you guys in those 5 days. But to register, all you have to do, DM me on Instagram. I'm at Nicole Laino Official, or go to NicoleLaino.com/masterclass, and you can register right there on the website. I thank you for being here. I appreciate you as always. And remember, in order to have an unshakable business, you must first become an unshakable human. So thanks for letting us help you become unshakable with human design. We will see you next time.